everyone, welcome to Buzzing About Romance. I am Becky, and joining me for this episode is Leah. Hi, Leah.
Hi, Becky.
And Amanda. Hello, Amanda.
Hello.
And Jenny. Hi, Jenny.
Hey, Becky.
And Lindsey. Hello, Miss Lindsey.
Hi.
So welcome to Sapphic Summer. I'm just gonna go right in because I have a list.
So do I.
And I feel like we need to get to it. Plus, in conjunction with our summer reading challenge, the mixtape challenge, we will also be giving you a list of some songs that will go with your Sapphic Summer selections.
I do not have songs because
Well, see, I at least did the homework this time.
I did not do the homework this time, so no songs from Leah.
See, we just switched places. It's fine.
It's fine.
Well, I picked one from our list already, and it will be number one on our mixtape Monday on the Substack tomorrow. So
Perfect.
Amanda's wielding her Substack power.
I am.
She's just, going with it. Happy Pride Month. Yes, it is June 1st, and we are celebrating Pride. Last year, we kicked off Pride with a list of books, and we included every LGBTQIA that we could find. We included pansexual and demisexual, trans, and we gave a really good sampling of that in that episode. So if you haven't listened to that episode, you can go back and listen to that. I will link it in our On the Shelf show notes. But this summer for Pride, I felt like it was really important that we spend some time on Sapphic Romances.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that they have, first of all, I think we're in the midst of a Sapphic boom in publishing right now.
We definitely are, yes.
Every time one pitch from a publisher comes across my email, I do a little yay, like a squeal.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of pitches for Sapphic books in the past month, 6 weeks, really.
So it's really exciting to see. And then we had book club last month with M.A. Wardell, and he made some statements in there that made me rethink, and I was like, yep, we really need to do this Sapphic. We really need to make sure that we are being clear that these books need as much shelf space as your favorite romances.
Yeah.
So today we're going to celebrate women loving women, sharing our favorite reads of the year so far, or past books that we've read, plus Sapphic titles we're excited for and why these stories resonate so deeply for us. Sapphic romance is more than just love. It's about friendship, respect, and finding a partner who truly gets you. I think more so, first of all, two things. One, I don't hate friends to lovers in Sapphic romances. It doesn't make me as ragey.
Okay.
I don't know why.
I'm like, I got questions.
Lindsey has comments.
And Lindsey has comments. Go, Lindsey.
Like, a lot of times when it's a friends to lover situation between a female male situation, it's dumb. It's straight up dumb why they're not together. It's communication issues. And just saying, I don't think of the Sapphic romances I've read, I don't see, it's more internal struggles.
You don't get 87 butts.
But
You don't get 87 butts. In a friends to lovers, straight, cis romance, there are butts. We can't be together, but it's my,
I love him, but.
I love him, but. Or I'm attracted to her, but.
Also, he's usually a dirty dog, and she's usually a celibate idiot.
Well, we can have some hoary women too in these Sapphic romances. Actually, everyone I kissed since you got famous,
I know
she was kissing everybody.
It doesn't bug me if it's in that situation.
I feel like the love isn't so much.
Got some hypocrisy issues.
Who, us?
Both of you, yeah.
I don't mind if one's a whore and one's not, if it's Sapphic.
Well, it's also it's way less stereotypical to have one be a player type character.
I was gonna say I'm not gonna
versus a female male romance, like it's always the male who's the playboy. It's always the female who's like almost always. There are exceptions, obviously, but it's like there's a stereotype that's upheld in those, and it's, I don't know, it's not as infuriating to see it.
But I think in Sapphic romance, when they're friends to lovers, it's more of a gradual, natural, and I don't think that straight contemporary does that as well. And I think that doesn't bug me. And
every once in a while, contemporary does it well.
They will do it well, but the fact of the matter is it's.
But I think with Sapphic, there's a lot of more emotional turmoil with one of the characters, so it makes it more realistic.
I also think in their friendships, there's already emotional intimacy, and in the straight romances, it doesn't have as much emotional intimacy.
Yeah.
So the friends don't feel just like friends. It's friends, but more. And not just banging. There's that emotional intimacy.
Yeah.
Does that sound less?
That sounds less hypocritical.
Okay.
But yeah. The player one still bothers me.
I don't care if people are players. Like, I don't care. They can be whores.
I don't care if they're whores, but they both need to be whores.
I don't think everybody needs to be a whore.
Not everybody's a whore. Like,
no, I know this. I know. It just happens so often. I think that's why it bugs me.
Okay, but it's straight up bonkers to think that an adult person in their 30s hasn't done it in 8 years since their relationship.
Also
like that's the part that is dumb. Like that's unrealistic. Like you're gonna be that hung up that you put, like, there's got to be a lot of dang trauma for me to buy that. Like
I think
that's my thing. Like if it's a couple years, it doesn't always bug me. It's when it's like the long stretches.
Yeah.
But anyway,
it's so unrealistic. I mean, I don't know. It's not unrealistic for everyone, but.
So let's just talk in some general terms and then we'll get to book lists. So what is it that you think makes Sapphic romances so unique? What is it about them that kind of elevates them from the masses? So what is unique about Sapphic romances other than it's two ladies?
I think it's the way the authors create the stories. Like there's this like, I got this weird thing. Sorry. It's the way the authors create like the character development and the character stories. And there's like an added layer to it that I don't get in a male female book.
What were you saying, Jenni?
Communication. Usually women are much better communicators and don't have like those small miscommunications that end up being like leading to really big miscommunications when it's just something stupid. Like I mean, at least in the ones I read, it's usually like they can tell it to each other's face. Like,
yeah. For you, Lindsey, what do you think makes Sapphic romances unique?
I think there are elements to Sapphic romance that are also true in like the girl gang vibe, and I like that it's like girl gang but spicy. Because like you see a lot of the emotional levity in Sapphic romances in a lot of the girl gang relationships that you see in like male female books. But it's just with that added romantic element, and that's really enjoyable.
What is it for you, Amanda, that you think makes the Sapphic romances so unique?
I think, and you brought this up earlier, it's the emotional like intimacy. It's that true understanding of what the other person is going through, because a man does not understand my hormonal swings. Like, just to be real, like another woman is the only one who is going to understand like how that works for you in your brain chemistry. They are the only other people who just get the level of stuff that you have to go through sometimes. And I think that creates an understanding and an intimacy that you don't get with a man.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think that there tends to be so not just the emotional intimacy like Amanda says, but I think that they are more emotionally vulnerable earlier in the story. Like the character arc tends to have a heavier play into emotion over relationship. Because as I went looking through my TBR, a lot of them are slower burns, which Sapphic romances get dinged a lot for not being spicy enough. but I feel like the chemistry, the sexual intimacy is second, not the chemistry, the sexual intimacy is secondary to the emotional intimacy. And there are times that I want a book that is emotional.
Yeah.
I don't just need a bunch of banging. I need people to show me their hearts. Because, we are not robots. We don't just
Well,
bang.
but I feel like anytime I've read a sapphic book that is a slow burn, like the slow burn makes sense. Like and that's the issue with slow burns in general. It's like sometimes the slow burn doesn't make sense. It's like, why is it the slow burn? Like the story does not lead to that slow burn. And I think the sapphic ones, they do, and it works really well. Because if it wasn't, then the story wouldn't work as well as it did.
So, what are some standout sapphic reads for you? Like, what are some books that when someone says, oh, I need a sapphic book, what is one of the first ones that you're going to recommend? Amanda, do you have one that you're kind of like, if you haven't read this, you better read this?
Honestly, like my list of actual what I have read is very small. Most of mine is TBR, or I couldn't find it on my Goodreads because it's been a minute.
That's
But
okay.
if you are new to Sapphic Romance and you want to try a book out, I recommend like Stone Heart by Katie Robert. It's actually a short novella in her Dark Olympus books, and it's Medusa and Calypso, and Medusa is actually sent to kill Calypso. So it's kind of a thwarted murder plot, and she is very attracted to her. This book is very spicy, to kind of be different than what we were generally talking about, but I remember that was one of the first ones that I read, more recently in the last few years, and it's a really well done book. I love anything Katie Robert does.
Yeah. What about you, Lindsey? What is a sapphic go-to one for you to recommend?
The Holiday Trap by Roan Parrish.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm sorry, but if you love the holiday, like, why have you not read it?
Right.
It's actually not just sapphic. It is actually two couples, a male and a female, and I like it's very loosely based on the holiday, the movie. And
I
it's
did not know that.
been a while since that book came out, but honestly, like Roan Parrish for a long time was like one of my go-tos for anything.
Better Than People. Like
That's such a good book.
if you need an emotional moment, Better Than People. Like every time.
Really, Rome's just good on emotional moments on anything that she puts in front of you. But
She
Well,
is.
I mean, I'll just be frank, like I didn't really read romances. Like I had read some like young adult ones, but like I hadn't really branched out into like male or female romances until like I really discovered Roan Parrish, and like I realized like these are incredible stories and she writes incredible stories. But yeah, that's like one of my go-to. That
Yeah.
would be my go-to.
What about for you, Jenni? Do you have a go-to sapphic rec?
Kiss Her Once for Me by Alison Cotron. I think I've read this like quite a few times. But it's actually has demisexual rep really well done with an instant connection, which I don't think I've seen that elsewhere, but
Yeah.
I just really like that story.
And Leah, what's one of your go-to sapphic recs?
so this was actually the first one I read. It's a novella by Ella Good, and it's the only sapphic she's done. It's called She's the One. So it's one of those books where, like, if you're not sure if you want to dive into the sapphic, like this is a good one to start with because it's short, but it has like emotion. Ella Good is one of those authors who she's a really good novella writer, and she gives you the emotion and the relationship creation that you need.
Yeah. I mean, I have a list. We've all heard me talk about May Marvel and
Mm-hmm.
Ruthie and Annie. So I'm going to pick someone different just because,
I did not put them on my list because I assumed
they are on every list I think of. Carmen Lee, her Peach Blossom series. The first one I ever read from her was The Relationship Mechanic. It's small town women of color in Georgia, and it's sapphic, and they're dealing not just with, you know, being a lesbian in a small town, but also being a person of color. And the stories are so enchanting, and just, it was so good. Like, I really just loved it so much. So that's my current fixation, but honestly, really, everyone I've kissed since you've been gone by May Marvel. Like, it drives me batty when people are like, oh, I went Sapphic Reads, and they have not read that. I'm like, where do you live? Where do you live? Because you're wrong. You need to be reading this book. But I mean, there's some authors too that we know of that write continually sapphic books. So Carmen Lee is one that does that. We know that May Marvel does that. Ashley Herring Blake. I just read Dream On Ramona Riley, which is her new small town series. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. If you liked the previous series, Delilah Green and all of those, you are going to love Dream On Ramona Riley. Gabrielle Gomez. Did anybody else read her Kiss Me Maybe?
I started it. It's one of those ones where it's very slow.
It is very
and I'm
slow.
having a hard time getting into it. You said like once you get past the beginning, it picks up, but I've been in this
one was
dark
interesting. This one is interesting because it deals with sapphic romance, but when one of the characters is non-binary.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know that you can call that sapphic. I mean, she's a lesbian. She says she's lesbian, but she's a non-binary lesbian. And this is when gender, I'm like,
yeah, because I mean, it just depends on what you label it, right? Like other people don't get to label you, you get to label yourself. So
yeah,
she does identify as a lesbian, but a non-binary lesbian. That book came out earlier this spring, and actually, to be honest, Forever Publishing, them and Tor, right? Is that where Giselle is at?
Yeah, Tor.
They are coming out with the Sapphic Romances. Like, it's a job. I'm very pleased.
Well, it kind of is.
Well, but it doesn't have to be.
But I appreciate the fact that there are more publishing companies that are like jumping into the sapphic like world. Because so I did an interview that is going to come out with Ruthie and Annie, and that was one of the things we talked about is the fact that it's been around for years and years, but it has not had its heyday yet. And like this publishing's like series, essentially, like it is really getting the spotlight on something that has been around for a long time, but has not gotten the credit or the recognition that it deserves.
So before we get into kind of our TBR lists, Jenni, I know that you have books that you've read that you recommend.
I did. Okay, so I only made like a list of books that I have not mentioned before.
Okay.
So
give me a couple off your list, and then if anybody else has any that they've read that that they would recommend, we'll get through those, and then we'll switch over to TBR, because I know Amanda, the girl that's going to die with a TBR that's longer than 1 billion years.
I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying.
We know.
Most of mine are TBR, so.
Y'all aren't going to hear the end of my TBR list because I lost my absolute marbles. I did.
You just lost the marbles. And all I can imagine is the movie Hook, where
yes,
the marbles.
The guy's constantly like, and have you seen my marbles? Do you know where my marbles?
Where are my marbles?
That's all I see is Lindsey walking around going, have you seen my marbles?
Yeah, I'm so excited. We'll get to it, but I'm so excited.
We're gonna get to it. Jenni, give us 5 books that that you've read that people should be reading.
Well, I recommend Kelly Fox all the time. She mostly writes male, but her novellas are usually female. And they actually live in like a world with, I mean, most of their people are in the gay community, but it's a nice spicy variety. So she has a couple novellas, and I think it's Scout. They own a pizzeria, but also do some vigilante stuff on the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do like lesbians that are vengeful. Like, give them to me. Be gay, do crime.
And then Allison Cotron, I read everything that she puts out. Like, here we go again. It's kind of a road trip, like childhood friends to lovers, the close proximity, like, hey, we're just gonna get in the van and go and see what happens and get more than you bargained for.
What else? Do you got any others?
That I've read.
If not,
Go back to me.
okay. I just finished Love and Focus by Layla Lee. This is new out this week or last week. It is second chance romance. Highly recommend. It's really good. It is a slow burn though. And it definitely is one that fits in that category that is not as steamy or spicy as you're expecting. There were a little bit of slow moments, but this was the author's first foray into adult contemporary. They've read middle grade.
Mhm.
They've written middle grade previous.
Oh, okay.
So I think that there was some pacing issues in the story, but
Well,
overall,
and that's a big transition too.
Yeah.
it's all in one day. They meet or they reconnect and have one day in San Francisco. And it kind of is a love story to San Francisco.
Well,
Mhm.
and
I love
then,
that.
I mean, it's kind of a slow burn, but not really because
Yeah.
Right.
one day.
Yeah.
Well, it was
I mean,
one
it's-
day, but let's just say
Is
that it
that
took to
24
like
hours?
10:30
That's a lot of
that
pages for
night.
24 hours.
Like we started at 8 a.m. and it was till 10:30. Like
Yeah,
So
that's-
slow burn of pages, but not slow burn of
pages.
time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll Get Back to You by Becca Grischow. I have this reviewed. It came out last year. It takes place in a airport bar and they meet and they just keep meeting in places and at the
Kinda like
airport.
that
Like
and-
serendipity
serendipity.
type thing.
Yeah, yeah. Earlier this fall, I read Pumpkin Spice and Poltergeist by Allie K. Mulford and K.L. Morrison. It was witchy and sapphic and everything that you need in your fall cozy romances. She's a witch. He's a poltergeist, and he helps bring back her ex. And then they kind of torture the ex with their love affair and falling in love. Has a little bit of triangle vibes, but it's very funny. It's very quirky. A lot of awkwardness, but I feel like that's really valid.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Who doesn't? I mean, there's some revenge
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
on there.
Fly
Some
with
doesn't
Me
want
by
that.
Andy Burke. Another one in a vacation fling and airport meeting. Okay, so this is a 3-book series by an indie author, Love Charade by Allie McDermid. It's Scottish, fake dating, 3-book series. It is very spicy. Okay, I'll stop there because I won't. I lied.
Just keep going. You know you want to.
Mariah Ankerman has 2, Falling for You and Driving Her
Mhm.
Wild. Hers for the Weekend by Helena Greer. Again, I think that one deals, if I'm correct, it deals with non-binary
That one
sexuality.
looks really good too.
It's
Well,
such
and
a cute cover.
Mariah's has Mariah's typical like neuro spiciness going on and not your typical characters, but are like her normal humor, and it just
Satisfaction Guaranteed by Carlia Stetz Water. She owns a sex toy store.
Nice.
I do always like that.
And then when we had book club last month, Matt recommended Kay Sterling, the Enchanting Nanny.
Yeah.
I
put
read
that on.
this.
That's like first on my list.
Yeah.
I read this. You guys.
Oh, you did read it?
I was blushing.
Matt likes
He
I
did
mean,
not
he
steer it
told
wrong.
you.
She is a silver cougar. And I mean, she's got gray hair, older. It's an age gap. And
Silver Cougar doesn't like.
she's not a fox,
It doesn't
though.
roll off the tongue.
She's
But
not
we knew what she
not a
meant.
dude, though.
Yeah, we do.
We did.
And she's the nanny, and she is, oh, sweet, sweet
She
child.
like Mary Poppins.
She's a little ditzy.
I was wondering.
I was a
Yeah,
little worried about
that
her
makes-
alone with the children at
Oh
times.
no.
Oh,
She's a little bit
okay.
of like wildflower flowers, love, just kind of grooving in the moment. But they are magic and spice and whoa, 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 whoa. So now I need to read the other books in that series, but they're male. But whoa, I was blushing. I'm like, you people, you need to take a nap. That's a lot of banging. Take a nap. Nobody's
Well.
got that kind of endurance.
Clearly, they don't want to take
Well,
naps.
the mom is the older lady. She's 40s, mid 40s. I mean, one
Good for
time and then
her.
a nap.
Yeah,
You
but
don't-
she's got somebody else taking care of the kids now, so she's
That's true.
got
She's
someone-
not tired anymore.
Yeah.
Extra energy.
It's true.
She is not exhausted
That's true.
24/7.
If you're looking for polyamory ones, Madam by Sarah Kate, Bound by Shannon Elliott are all FFM that are also well done. And Adriana Herrera, the island princess,
Kristen Granada,
starts a
doesn't she have
scandal.
one that's FFM?
I think so, but I didn't read it.
I started it, but then I got distracted by something else. But
What, Lindsay?
it was good from what I read.
I didn't know we were doing.
Yeah, I know. I was like, she just
That's I would have had a lot different list.
I'm really
Okay,
sorry.
we know Becky's just gonna throw curveballs. She makes the list and
Sapphic love,
the docs,
they-
but then she does whatever she wants.
My list was not hidden.
Well,
true.
It's been there for a week.
do you think I
Better.
look at those things?
Okay.
I mean, honestly.
Someone does. Amanda does.
Amanda,
Yeah, I
did you
did.
look at it?
I did.
Stealing
she did.
Sunshine by Hannah Cohen, which, okay, so I really appreciate this because it's not as long as the other books in that Cherry Peak series. But it's a full-length novel. But you know how oftentimes, it's 3 straight hetero romances.
Yeah.
And then if there's going to be a queer couple, it's going to be male, right? That is
Yeah.
typical. No,
Mhm.
she gives us Sapphic. And it is a slow burn. But you know what? All of those books in that series are pretty slow burns. I would say the second book that we did for book club was the only one where they bang before 50%. Okay, so I'm done. Now
fair.
we can go. Oh, also Carmen Lee. If I didn't mention Carmen Lee, you should
You
all
did
read.
mention
You
her
did.
already.
Okay, well, I really like her books. I have her new
Yes.
one. Did you see her new one? It's
Yes.
that comes out in August. You
No, I didn't see the
guys,
new one.
I'm not going to shut up about Sapphic just because this episode will be over. In case
we
you
know.
all.
No, we have quite a few downloaded to review for the website.
Yeah,
So they're
like-
coming out.
We have a lot.
Yeah.
And honestly, I was going through my NetGalley docs, and I'm like, I don't know what's what at this point because I have so many.
The Secret Crush Book Club is the next
Yeah.
book in the Peach Blossom
Ooh,
series.
I'll
I'm
have to
just-
get that.
I'm just saying. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, these are TBR books. So, because one of the nice publishers sent me books.
Yeah.
They were like, "Hey, we hear you're doing Sapphic. Can we send you books?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure.
Mhm.
Send them all." Okay. Okay, Amanda, it's your time to shine. TBR books. What do you got?
Okay. My first one, which I found looking for my list, it's called Roller Girl by Vanessa North.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
obsessed with this cover. It's book 3 in the Lake Lovelace series. The first 2 books are MM, but this book it's about Tina, who is recently divorced. Her career is kind of floundering. She's just not having a great time. Her washer overflows, so she calls a mechanic, and a plumber, sorry, not mechanic. I'm thinking relationship mechanic in my head over here, but so she calls a plumbing service, and the and I love this. I was reading the review, and the plumber's name is Joanne. She goes by Joe Mama Delario, and she coaches a women's roller derby team, and she like coaxes Tina into joining the team. And I'm just like, I need to get done with stuff so that I can read this because it looks amazing.
Yeah.
So,
And I was thinking about that. There should be more Sapphic roller derby romances.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
feel
I
like
saw this and I was like, I need it.
hockey romances are great, but if we need Sapphic sports, let's do roller derby, people.
I read a book where like the Sapphic couple owned like the roller skating like shop, but I cannot remember what book.
You best be
Oh,
finding that.
yeah.
I'm now mad at you, Jenny.
I know.
I know that
I'm
sounds really good.
And I think kind of like I saw that one, and then like the other main one on my list that doesn't, my list is largely built by, everything that Becky's been reading lately that I just haven't had time to get to. But the other one that I found it's called Match to Love by Joanna Gavez. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but it's so basically it's international sports romance. Daniela is a tennis star, and she starts like an internet like friendship really with this person, Ari Nunez, and she's a law student, and she ends up going to travel the world with Joanna while she's playing tennis all over the world. And it develops into like a personal relationship. But I was like, yeah, like tennis, like I'm roller derby, tennis, like give me the Sapphic sports is apparently what I'm ready for.
I love that. I love that. Lindsay, what's on your TBR?
Okay, well, every year for summer reading, I find some Alaskan type wilderness series, and then
Of course you do.
private, and then it's like 90% of my summer reading, not really 90%, but like a good portion of the prompts. And this year, when I was doing my little Sapphic romance deep dive to figure out like what am I gonna read, like I knew some of them, a lot of them, Becky recommended all of them,
Yeah.
I have them on my Kindle, but this speaks to my heart. So the series is Wilderness Rescue Series. It's 9 books. They're all Sapphic romance, and it's written by Harmony Noble. They're all based in Alaska. So Harmony Noble is a duo. They're twin sisters, and they write Sapphic romances together. They worked as like baristas, and like these books are all like largely inspired by their customers. And like one of them, and like it's nice because like there's like off the beaten path Alaska stuff that like you don't get in a lot of Alaskan romances. But like one of them, like surfing is huge in Alaska. One of them, they get stranded when the tide comes in when they're on a surf trip. And I'm just like geeking out over these. They're all short. Like the first one is 195 pages. The Tides of Love, the opposites attract, where they get stranded by the tide with the surfer.
That cover is
Like
great.
125 pages, so they're all like a little bit longer than novella length.
Yeah, they're
So
full
I'm
note.
gonna
Yeah.
crush this series. You're not going to hear the end of it from me. I'm really
She's gonna
hoping
crush
my
it.
expectations because like oh, and they have like a box set of another series they did, but like pretty much all of them they have they don't just write Sapphic. It said in their bio that they also the relationships include trans, lesbian, bisexual, and two-spirit love stories. So,
Okay.
but the covers
Yeah.
are so freaking cute. Like
They are. I'm looking at them
but
right now,
also
like putting them in my cart.
no, right? But like the fact that
course
they're
you are.
but anyway, so you're welcome. Every summer there's an Alaskan romance that takes me by storm, and I'm pretty sure this is it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Lindsay has like a Google alert on Alaska books.
Yeah,
If
she'll
she
probably
doesn't,
get to it
she
before
should.
I do, so I'm just gonna be waiting. And when she says go, I'll be like, all right, here we go.
Do you want me to talk about the next series that I'm really excited about?
Absolutely, we
Yes,
do.
yes, we do.
Okay, because like when I was like reading through all of these, somehow Amazon was like, we think because of your reading,
Right.
you want this. They were like, we think you want Marissa Sorreo's Love X series, which is new adult Sapphic romantasy. And I'm like, this has got to be better than the crappy new romantasy, which like the group chat knows about my opinions there. And you all
We
will
do.
soon.
Yeah, Lindsay's not leaving that stuff to
But I'm
herself
like,
or
this has
us.
got to be better than that garbage, right? Like, I don't know. I'm sorry. Strong opinions. I
It's
don't.
okay.
You let us know.
One is a Selkie and one is like a drunken demon and a princess, and like basically
Ooh.
like the demon is like a succubus. Another is a siren and a Selkie, and it's like I don't know, they all sounded so good.
I mean, you had me at drunk demon. I mean, pretty
Seriously.
much. I'm in.
I need this chaos. I don't know. I'm really
It doesn't
excited.
have to be drunk. I just a demon
No,
on there.
it's just like it's so fun.
Jenny's
The
over there
covers are
like
also so
judging all
cute.
of us.
No, I mean,
Jenny, you
I
know
don't
me.
know.
She listens and she
No.
does judge.
Just judge.
I do, but I mean, I read my own stuff, so.
You know,
The
we were
cover's
actually
very
just talking about that, like those books that we read shamefully. Like nobody should know that we're reading this.
But we talk about them anyway.
Anyway,
You guys know everything I read. I don't hide any of it.
Well, there's no hiding, but it's like our guilty pleasures. Like I think Becky and I were just talking about it on the phone the other day because she was making fun of me for something. I was like, really?
because the
You're
Tradwife
cheap.
author has a new book out and you were very excited about it.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
That's probably not my
But
jam.
also, you shamed me, Hugh Cow lover.
I know, right?
Do you want me to talk about one more book on my TBR?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, we do.
Please.
I told you I'm gonna like take over. I can't help myself. I'm too excited. I was really patient and quiet.
You
but,
were
like,
very
really
good.
my enthusiasm at bay. The
Good
next
girl.
one is called A Excellent Chance to Fall in Love by Anne Rowe.
That's an awesome title.
Yeah.
Oh, it gets better. It is based on Spirit Halloween.
Like the store?
Like the store?
Yes. Yes. And
How-
we should
how does
all
that
like we
work?
should mandatory read this book together for Halloween this year. Like
I
it
think
should
it
be our
might need to be a
Halloween.
sip and discuss book.
Discuss
It is-
book,
I
yeah.
think so.
Like we need
Yes.
to read this one like I need to read them all stat. Like I can't read fast enough. But like it's inspired by the Spirit Halloween store. So Pepper, she's one of the main characters. She's tied to the store. Like she got hexed and is now in charge of running the store. So for 10 weeks, like you know how the store just like
Oh
pops
my
up out of nowhere?
gosh, that is a
Pops up
horrible
out of
hack.
nowhere and disappears 10 weeks later at Halloween. And she is running the store and she's tied to the store and she falls in love with the I can't remember the other character's name, but I think it's like a workplace romance. But basically she falls in love and realizes like I need to fix this immediately. But yeah,
I mean, wouldn't you want to
like,
fix that
tied to the
immediately
store.
once it
Everybody-
happened?
The
Yeah.
other thing is like everybody forgets her. When the store disappears, everybody forgets her until the store pops up out of nowhere overnight. So
And
it's like
she's just there. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's that
It's
person
like-
like she
Does
comes
she
with
like
the store.
live in the store too?
Yes,
Like
I think so. I don't know. I need to read it and find out all these details because like
Stacy's
don't
very
like a-
upset it
No?
only has 9 ratings.
okay, Lindsay, you have to read it and then tell us if it's a sip and discuss worthy for
I
October.
will because I'm so excited. I was like, this is surely going on my TBR immediately. And then I
I
was
do
really
really love that
sad
title.
because I was like, I really don't. I've been reading like 10 books a month, which is so slow for me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's gonna take
But
me
maybe
till
this will be the
August to read all
excitement you
these?
need for your books,
To
though.
get out of
Yeah.
the aliens.
I mean,
too.
if anything can excite anyone, it's Spirit Halloween.
I'm so excited about it. I can't
Come on,
wait. Anyway,
Amanda,
It's
you
the
get a
little
little
things.
excited when you see the Spirit Halloween store pop up because it does mean cooler days are coming for Florida.
For those,
I'm
like,
not
2
sure
months out of
I'm
the
not
year.
sure what you're talking about cooler days in October. That is no. We have February, we have the end of January and the beginning of February. That is it. October
gonna
is
say,
still a
like,
hellscape.
2 months,
Sorry.
maybe.
I was trying to
Well,
be
cooler
hopeful.
days for
No, but I appreciate
us.
I generally love that time of year, but yeah. No, it's still not great down here, but I do think that's exciting about a Spirit Halloween though.
I wonder why there aren't more Spirit Halloween romances. I mean, Spirit Halloween inspires quite a bit, actually, if we all think about it.
but I love I mean, it is an absolute horror element to this. Like being like your existence tied to running this like horror story right there. I'm so
I
excited about
just
it.
really need you just need to read it and then tell us all the things.
I wrote it down and I am gonna be like, what
Yeah.
the heck was this?
Jenny, let's go read it. Let's do a quick
And do a quick
Yes.
shot
You can do a quick shot and Buddy read it.
and not talk about the book at all, but
Right.
Spirit Halloween.
Yeah.
I mean, I only read like the blurb. I can't shut up about it, clearly. But
Okay.
like it's such a like I just want to like sidebar that like that's another thing that makes Sapphic Romances really fun. Like where else are you getting these like totally off the wall fresh ideas about romance? Like these are just crazy.
Yeah.
And like
That's like
going back to
the
the Love X series, one of the stories is like I think a Persephone and Hades retelling, but Sapphic.
Oh.
which I like that. And to be honest, that's how I felt reading Cosmic Love at the Multiverse Hair Salon.
Hair salon.
It has kind of Loki vibes, and if we think about it, Loki is
Loki.
queer coded.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
So like it has
mean-
some Loki vibe. It's
He is female in another timeline.
I was gonna
It's
say, yeah, I'm
pretty
gender fluid.
amazing.
Yeah.
It was pretty amazing. So the idea of a multiverse, like that's very comic bookish, that's very
Mhm.
anime-ish. That is not something that we have seen in romance.
But it's so fun.
It is so
It
fun.
is.
So fun.
So
And
fun.
that's where I think these like I don't know, like the concepts of these books are so fresh and so much of romance has been so stale. Like I have mean things to say about contemporary, but I'm just like, am I reading the same book over and over
Well,
again?
I
There's nothing like I'm struggling with those, but like I'm not struggling with these. Like these are fun.
I think the thing is contemporary is so focused on tropes and trends right now, and Sapphic is not. Like they are all about the story and the relationship. Like the tropes and trends are just naturally happening.
And kind of doing what they want to do a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Because
the
they're-
covers are also so fire. Like all of them are so
Oh.
fun and not like
hmm
I think
What
I'm
is
ready
that?
for a Sapphic like witchy romance too.
I got
So
one
I
for
have-
you. I got
I
one.
have
Oh, I
Yeah.
I have a new one though. Like Harley LaRue is doing House of Rain. It's coming out
Oh.
at the end of September. That's probably one of my most anticipated reads of this year. It's like gothic meets supernatural, like suspense. It's like on the Pacific Northwest, like a remote
Ooh.
island. It's on a B&B.
So-
Very witchy vibes. Like I'm very ready for that book.
Stacy put one in the chat, A Ballad for Slayers and Monsters by Rita A. Rubin. She said it's feminist Witcher vibes.
Oh, I have to check that
I am
out.
there for that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which one do you have, Becky?
Well, I have The Reluctant Witch by Melissa Marr. And it's book
Oh.
2 in this series. This came out last fall. But she has a contemporary coming out that is
Tony and Addie go viral.
Tony and Addie
Oh,
go
I have that
viral.
on my Kindle. Okay.
How
Perfect.
cute is this cover?
That's a great
Like-
cover.
So
Yeah, I'm
cute.
really excited for that.
But Melissa writes Sapphic, and I'm super excited to check her out and read her. Both of these are on my TBR. Jenni, what's on your TBR?
Okay, hang on, I gotta scroll.
Do you
up.
have Spirit Halloween on your TBR?
I do
She's
not.
stuck in the
That's
Spirit
amazing.
Halloween world.
I missed the Spirit Halloween, but it is now on my TBR. My like top, I put these like in order of like what I want to read. Sparks Fly. So it's a firefighter romance, and one of them is a lieutenant
yes.
trying
Yes.
to become a captain, and the other one is a new recruit.
That one looks
Um,
so good.
Who is
that-
that one by again? I remember I like the cover a
Emily-
lot.
Yeah, Emily Hayes, and it is in KU.
Oh, my Kindle's never going to be the same.
Right? I'm like,
What else do you got, Jenni? Give us your top
Okay.
3.
top 3. Okay. So this one, there was a quote at the start of the blurb, and I'm like, okay, I'm in. Everyone makes their Barbie scissors. Doesn't mean you're gay. I
Oh.
was like, okay. So it's Puppy Love, a queer romance Green Rock Valley series, book 1 by L. Sprinkle. It is in KU, and it's going to be like an
Her name is Elle
interconnected.
Sprinkle.
Right? Yes.
That's a great
That
name.
screams gay.
Yes. Um, so it's an interconnected like gay community, and they're
Okay, so that's a question. Did everybody make their Barbie scissor?
I didn't play with Barbies. I had My Little Pony.
I mean,
I had
not
ponies.
really. I stole my brother's G.I. Joe and made them do things with my Barbies.
So you like a short king?
She liked an alpha even then.
Oh, yeah, it goes
Because aren't the G.I.
yeah, my
Joes like
alpha
this
hole.
big?
No,
well,
they
they
were
had
the
they were-
full
they were the
size.
full
Action figures.
size.
No, there was no.
I'm just
No.
like,
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, my alpha like obsession goes back a long time.
It started early.
Yeah.
okay, what's next, Jenny?
Don't Get It Twisted by Ren Taylor. This is also in KU, and it's a storm chasing journalist vibes. So
Okay.
I'm definitely there for storm chasing.
Yeah, yes, you are.
Lindsay, what's on your TBR?
Lindsay did
I read the big
hers.
one.
Oh,
That was like
I'm sorry,
giant-
Leah. I meant
Oh.
Leah. I got confused. It's fine.
I feel a little unloved right now.
You're fine.
It's okay. So my first one is The Devil She Knows by Alexandria Belfleur. It comes out in October. So it is a woman who makes a deal with a crafty demon to win back her ex-girlfriend, but then she falls in love with the
The
demon.
crafty demon.
The
That was really
demon.
good.
It does, and the cover is really cute too. Like it's simple but really nice.
And she
I love
writes
it.
queer romance like so
She
well.
does,
It's not like
yes.
overly like overdone, or I don't know what
Yeah.
the right word is. But
Like the last
really
part
well.
of the blurb is as Samantha's wishes dwindle and Daphne offers her glimpses into the life she thought she wanted, the unlikely pair grows close. Perhaps the girl of Samantha's dreams is actually the stuff of nightmares, but Samantha and Daphne will have to outsmart the devil himself if they want a chance at happily ever after.
Nice.
It just sounds good, like from start to finish. The next one I have is Zoe Brennan, First Crush by Laura Piper Lee. It's a trad book from Union Square. It's a struggling vineyard owner who she meets up with her first crush naturally again. And the idea of it, I like a winery romance, and the fact that it's sapphic just really like makes me like want to dive into it.
Yeah.
I think those are fun because like it's not a guy coming in to like save the day, right? With his like
Yeah,
money or whatever.
exactly. Yeah. And then my next one is The Love We Make by Harper Bliss. Hold on, let me
Oh, I
find
saw
that
that
one.
one.
Yeah, this one, she writes sapphic, a lot of sapphic romance. I don't know if she writes exclusively sapphic or not, but I think she might. And it's a TV star, and the production company, like CEO, comes in because she wants to kind of change like how things are happening. They do not mesh well from the get-go, the way the blurb reads. It's out already. But yeah, it came out January 2023, actually. But it sounds really interesting.
So I have The Next Chapter by Camille Kellogg. This is coming out this month from Dial Press. And it's an influencer meets a bookstore worker. And
nice.
it's fake dating. And they have their meet cute is more of a meet opportunity. So because Katrina hates her boss, or Jude hates her boss, and she thinks Katrina can help her kind of overcome and get her boss to shut up. So there's that one. And then, so we get a lot of, and Ashley Herring Blake did this with Delilah Green Doesn't Care, where they were like fixing the stuff up and, you know, like the theater aspects and stuff like that. So we have another one, but this is a second chance romance, Bed and Breakfast by Bed and Breakup by Susie Dumond. This one, two exes reunite to fix up and sell the bed and breakfast that destroyed their marriage. Because some dreams, no matter how dusty or broken, deserve a second chance. So they have to fix up the bed and breakfast so they can resell it, but the one doesn't want to resell it. She wants them to have another chance. And I really am enjoying second chance romance right now.
Which you also have some issues with.
Right? But they just are really hitting right now. This is 7 years from their divorce to current day. And dealing with a lot. And then, of course, The Thrill of the Chase by Catherine Nolan. It comes out in July.
Yeah.
That one looks really good. I'm really excited about If I Told You I'd Have to Kiss You by May Marvel. It releases 2 weeks. I'm really excited for this book because there's a little bit of romantic suspense. I've already started it. There's this bit of romantic suspense. And one of the things that I'd really like to see is, so I feel like we see tons of sapphic romances in rom-com form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I want to see sapphic romances in other forms. I want sapphic sports romances. I want sapphic suspense. I want sapphic dark or academia. I want to see it all. I don't want to just feel that sapphic can only, because as I was going through my list, one of the things I noticed is the majority of them
mostly rom-coms.
are rom-coms.
Mine aren't, which is interesting.
That is interesting. So I want more. I just want to see them across the entire spectrum and within all the subgenres. So did I get body snatched? No, I did not.
I know, I saw that. I was laughing.
When I Picture You by Sasha Lawrence, it comes out in October. Tony and Addie Go Viral comes out August 12th. Already out now, Loving a Keeper by Liz Lincoln. It's a soccer sapphic romance. And then Not Until Her by Miranda Melanie is another one that is on my TBR. So Hen Fever. Go ahead.
No,
what do you have? Go for it.
Oh, I was just going to say, I had one more that I forgot to mention. I'm going to butcher her name probably. It's Talene Voskuni, Voskuni. It's trad pub, but she is an Armenian American woman writing Armenian American sapphic romance. She has 2 books out. The first one is Sorry Bro. And then the newest one is Lavash at First Sight. So it's like her parents are trying to get her to go to like some food packaging conference in Chicago. She meets this woman at the conference, and they find out they're both from like the Bay Area. I think they're both set in San Francisco, so both of the books, but this one's got looks like it has a lot of foodie stuff with it. So the cover is really cute. So I just found that one today.
I do like a foodie book.
Double Exposure by Ren Gray. It's female and non-binary, so I'm very curious about that. I find it intriguing that so many of our sapphic authors are willing to explore things like non-binary and demisexual, pansexual. You know, Mariah Inkeman's book kind of talks about the spectrum of sexuality and gender and attraction versus the male romances.
Yeah, Meryl Weiser has My Best Friend's Honeymoon. It is out already, and it's a non-binary lead, and they're lifelong best friends, and one of the characters is engaged to be married to a male, and then it's like the fallout of all of that. It sounds really good though.
Okay, so we're gonna switch gears a little bit here. So if somebody was making a Sapphic Summer mixtape, what songs should they be thinking would fit with a Sapphic Summer romance mixtape? So Jenni, I'll start with you. What songs would be on your Sapphic Summer mixtape?
So Maddie Dam, she is a lesbian artist, but she grew up in the church, so she had to deconstruct and like go through a bunch of stuff. So her music reflects that. And she has like on her last album, probably like 3 songs that work. One is 8-Ball Girl, kind of talks about like shaking an 8-ball and you get like yes, no, maybe, ask me later, and like talking to the girls like that. One is Thanks for Coming Out for the Weekend. So like the girl comes out for the weekend, but then during the week she's kind of in the closet. And yeah, and she also has a couple other songs on that album, Danny and Lady Killer. Danny's about like her first crush, and then Lady Killer.
Yeah. Who else has Sapphic songs, or who has songs for a Sapphic mixtape?
I do. Go ahead.
Go, Amanda. Leah's just saying she doesn't have them.
Oh, I thought she said she did. Okay. So, I mean, it's an old song, but it's always on my list is Come to My Window by Melissa Etheridge.
Yes.
Like, I don't think there's like a better one in my opinion. I love that song so much. There's so much like yearning, and I feel like, you know, especially for those slow burns, it's just, I love that song so much.
It's just a really good song.
And then the other one I had, which it's not supposed to be a Sapphic song, but when I heard the song for the first time, I just imagined that it was Sapphic, so it was in my head, which is So Good by Halsey. I don't know why.
Oh, yeah. I can see that.
It's like, you know, she says, you know, it's basically like when you left, I bet you held her body closer, and I was hoping you would tell her it was over. And I don't know why, but I picture this is like a love triangle between 3 women. So
yeah. Lindsey, do you have any Sapphic, or do you have any songs for your Sapphic our Sapphic mixtape?
Well,
You can say
I can't
no.
prepare, but I'm gonna say that Pat Benatar, Love is a Battlefield, totally should be.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
Totally
yeah.
should. Like we were talking about this, and I was like, I didn't plan this at all, but Love is a Battlefield. Also, anything Pat Benatar,
Absolutely.
literally will apply in any situation.
This is true.
That's my superpower. But she never actually, I don't think she ever actually says that song is about a he.
No, I don't think so either.
So anyway.
I mean, Love is a Battlefield is definitely one of those anthems that comes on and you like scream, sing it in the car. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's, yeah. So I have Girls Like Girls by Haley Kiyoko. I don't know. Damn, I Wish I Was Your Lover by Sophie B. Hawkins.
oh yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Pink Pony Club by Chapel Roan, because I'm obsessed with that song. It's hilarious.
I mean, who isn't?
I love that song. I sing it to the dog. Of course, I had to go with Indigo Girls, The Least Complicated. It's great for friends to lovers or even a second chance romance. Circle by Eddie Blackwell and the New Bohemians. I think Flowers by Miley Cyrus. Like, I don't need you,
Oh yeah.
but I can
Yeah.
I can do it myself. Survivor by Destiny Child. Sue Me by Sabrina Carpenter. Girl on Fire by Alicia Keys. I'm Every Woman by Shaka Khan. No Scrub by TLC. Woman by Doja Cat. And Love Myself by Haley Stanfield. And of course, no Sapphic Summer mixtape would be complete without Fast Car
Yes.
Yeah.
by Tracy Chapman.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But
I've been listening to that
original
song
version.
Yes, her version.
since like 1997 or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
But you can't say that you have, a Sapphic mixtape without that song. Let's see what else to have. Body by Sid. It's really smooth and sultry R&B for the late hours. Venus Flytrap by Marina. It's pretty like I would say that song is very glittery drenched. Like, it's just a sparkly song. Anyway, those are my Sapphic Summers. I spent a lot of time on my playlist. I'm really getting into my mixtape here. Look at Jenny. She's like, oh crap.
No, we're
She's like,
excited.
at least one
I
of us
appreciate
are.
it.
Yeah.
That's why I have Jenny and Amanda. I don't have
I
to
mean,
dive into the
like
mixtape.
seriously, half the time you guys say something and then like my head goes off like on a song and I'm like,
Jenny's just singing songs in her head right now. Like she's not even paying attention.
exactly.
Boyfriend by Dove Cameron is another one that would be on people's Sapphic. Naps and tea. I think that might be Gloria. Naps and
Yes,
tea.
I think so.
Okay, so make sure you check out our summer reading challenge, our mixtape challenge. Details are on our website. You will find a list of the songs for our mixtape and books that we recommended on our On the Shelf show notes at buzzingaboutromance.com. So next up, it's finally time.
It's that time.
It's that time for book of the week. Book of the week time. Jenny, you're up first today. What's your book of the week?
Well, I started a book that Becky recommended for me. And then I realized that it is actually 3 books and only 2 books are out. And it's all the same couple. And they end on
Why would you do
cliffhangers.
that to her?
Well, okay, what were we prepping? We were prepping for something. New
Yeah,
to
we
us
were.
authors or books like sleeping books in KU or something.
Yeah. I
And
think
this
that's
was
what it
a STEM, like tech romance rom-com, and the covers were cute and quirky, and I immediately thought Jenny.
And it is definitely like, oh my gosh, I'll pull up the title while I'm thinking about it. So I started reading that and then I did a Leah, skip to the end, and then realized this ends in a cliffhanger, which Becky warned me that it was 2 books.
Yeah.
But then
But we did not know about the third.
Didn't.
correct. And so I looked at the reviews and I was like, oh, I don't think I can.
So you're
do this
waiting.
anymore. Yes, I am.
I think the third book comes out later this summer though, right?
Find a date, and these 2 books were
There's no date.
hard.
That's even worse.
You cannot.
That's even worse.
Like, there
Well,
should be
why
no
would-
rule about releasing books with cliffhangers. There needs to be a date, and like, honestly, if it's
No,
gonna
there
be
should-
romance, there
like,
needs
you
to be a
need to-
happy for now with the cliffhanger. Like, I'm so irritated with
Oh,
cliff-
the first book definitely does not end in a happy for now.
No,
The
the
second
rule
one,
should be if you're gonna have a Cliffy, you have to have all of the books done before you publish
You
the
don't
first
have
one.
to. No, that's
there
not
needs
the
to
rule.
be rules.
It just needs to be marked,
rules.
marketed, and categorized, and you should at least have tentative release dates.
A backup plan also if you are not going to be able to
okay,
complete the
the
series.
first book is the desire variable, and it's shoot,
Maybe Jenny shouldn't have went first.
Probably
right? No, it's this is the desire variable. The actual book I read was by Kelly Fox. It was a male. Yep.
Don't know.
Okay, Jenny,
Yeah,
we're
'cause I
coming.
moved to the second one. It was Full Contact. Yeah.
She's stuck in the songs.
I am, like, they're still running. No, Target Hard Contact was the first one. I'm on to Full Contact. Hard Contact was again, they're in a visual anti thing. They both have lost their lovers. And yeah, he finds out the other guy is in the vigilante club because he is about to get kidnapped.
Okay, so your book of the week is Hard Contact by Kelly Fox.
Full contact.
No, that she's on to Full Contact.
I'm on to Full Contact.
Oh, you're in. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a lot to get there.
It
Is
was.
Desire Variable, is that the book you want to fight this week? Because I
Yes.
was going to talk about our upcoming new segment, but
Yes, that is the book I want to fight.
okay. Leah, what's your book of the week?
My book of the week is Vampire Soldier by Rowan Hart. This is the last book, tentatively. Like she said, it's the last book in Rowan Hart's Nightshade Vampire series. This is Malachi and Blake's story. Malachi, he's kind of been, he's like, he's a little bit violent. Doesn't think that he deserves to be happy ever. And Blake and he, like, they connect and they fight it and they cannot fight it. And it's really good. It's vampire mafia-esque. It's
Okay.
Lindsey's fault.
I love that series. I'm not sure if I want it to be over.
Well, she said this is the last book for now. So I don't know if maybe she'll do like a second gen since they are procreating. So I'm curious to see where she goes with it.
Okay, let's go
If
with
she goes anywhere
let's
with
go
it.
with Lindsey. Lindsey, are you going with a book of the week or a book you want to fight?
Well, I will do book of the week because I actually read something I liked this week.
Okay, what's your book of the week, Lindsey?
So I was like reading a bunch of other stuff and I was like, I just would like something darker and predictable. So I went Mafia. So I read Beautiful Scar by B.B. Hamel. I've been like trying to read new authors. To me,
I like B.B. Hamel.
actually really good. I enjoyed it. It was very easy read. I really like why did I pick this book? It's her birthday party. But it's not like she thinks she's getting a surprise birthday party. She hasn't left her house in 12 years. And it is actually a wedding. Her dad has traded her away to her new husband, and it is an arranged marriage. Yeah, that's a little bit. So she's got some feeling.
Happy
She's
birthday.
like leaving her house for the first time in 12
Here's your
years
husband.
because she's like had a traumatic past. And then, like, you know, her new husband is like this very brutal mafia dude. So. Yeah,
Okay.
it was good. I enjoyed it. It was very easy, quick read. Predictable.
Amanda, what was your book of the week?
My book of the week is Archangel's Ascension by Nalini Singh. This is book 17 in the Guild Hunter series. I've been waiting for this book forever. It's Ilium and Eodun. It's male. They were friends forever. Their relationship spans hundreds of years. Like, these angels are long-lived. They have deep history. It's like they have nicknames. It's like Bluebell and Sparkle, like Blue and 80. Like they have been throughout this entire series, and I've just been like desperate for them to finally get together. And both of them have traumatic pasts. Like, there's like former abuse or whatever, but they've gone through all of it, and this is finally like their time to be together. And they both work for the Archangel of New York, and they're solving a murder of a vampire that happened during the Archangel Wars, which spanned a couple of books. So it's long, immersive. I've been waiting forever. It's exactly what I wanted. So
Okay. My book of the week, I picked up Problematic Summer by Ali Hazelwood because I needed to know how she handled age gap, as big an age gap as she did, especially.
It was problematic.
Well, it says it's problematic, right, in the title. And I was just really curious how she could handle this because I really liked Deep End. And I do feel she's coming along as an author, like from here to Love Hypothesis.
I would agree.
Her voice is so much more distinct and better. And my only complaint on Problematic Summer Romance is I didn't get his point of view. Their age gap, it's 14 years. It is her brother's best friend. But she holds all the power. She is unapologetically herself. She pushes the boundaries. She is the pursuer. But his reasons for not wanting to be with her, yes, he uses the age gap as the reason, which can be annoying, but that's not really why. Like, you dig deep more into some of the things that his history that he's coming from. And it ended up being exceptionally well done. The audiobook was well done. I just feel like Ali is finally hitting her stride. There's so much dry humping in this book. Like, seriously, people, take your pants off and put it in something. That's all I'm going to say. Like, very much femme fatale vibes, Stacey. I absolutely would agree. But yeah, just take your pants off. And actually, at one point, the heroine looks at the hero and says, "Could you just take your pants off?"
Nice.
Because she's done with the dry humping too.
Yeah.
I'm excited to read that.
It was really exceptionally well done.
Although I'll probably get grumpy that we only get the one point of view.
Yeah, I bought the ebook and then I whisper synced the audio and was very, it was worth the money. I'm not angry that I spent the money on it. It was very well done. And again, I just think that her voice, it's really interesting to watch, especially from that very Love Hypothesis was this big viral book. And then the next couple books kind of slid off a little bit. I didn't love Love Hypothesis. And then we get Deep End, and the three of us that read it, we really enjoyed it.
Well, it seems like she's taking more risk in her writing.
Yeah. She definitely is trying, and it didn't just feel like the hero. Because one of my complaints with like Allie Hazelwood and even like Emily Henry is oftentimes the hero is more of a step within this self-discovery journey and not so much a love interest. He's more of a helper to the story. And in this instance, that wasn't it at all. Connor is absolutely bonkers for Maya. He just has to get over his stupidity. But I do recommend it. So if that was on your radar for the summer, it's a perfect summer read. They're on vacation, destination wedding in Italy. So, okay. So periodically coming in the upcoming episodes, we will start having books you want to fight. There will be one per episode. This will be an opportunity for one of the co-hosts to grumble about a book that just made them angry. This new segment is inspired by Lindsey. So I often feel like Lindsey will probably be the spotlight on that segment. But just wanted to prep you all that potentially there are going to be books we'll be fighting in coming episodes. But apparently we did it this week. What, Lindsey?
You're welcome. Get excited.
Get excited. Patreon update celebrating anniversaries in the Hive for June is Sarah S. Sarah, thank you so much for being a part of the Buzzing About Romance community. We are super excited that you are along with us. You can support us on Patreon. That is a way to help us continue to bring you all this amazing content. Swag Pack sponsoring authors for June is author J.D. Carruthers and Elaine Trommel. June and July swag packs will be mailed out that very first week of July. Make sure you are back here Wednesday night for our discussion of Bad Wedding by Elise Faber. And then we'll be back next Sunday. We're going to talk more Summer Reading Challenge next Sunday, I think. Also, we have a giveaway happening on Instagram right now, and Why Not? She's an author that we featured in our chronic illness rep and mental illness repped episode. She sent us a copy of her books and some swags and is signed for us to give away. So we're currently doing that. And there's a bunch of other giveaways that we have coming up. So make sure you are following us on Instagram. For a list of books we talked about this weekend, please visit our On the Shelf show notes at buzzingaboutromance.com. If you love this episode, please leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform or comment, like, and share right here on the YouTube. Make sure you share this with your friends. Your support helps us bring more exciting content to you every week. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for this episode. Until next time, everyone.
Happy reading, everybody.
Find us on Instagram at Buzzing About Romance or on Twitter at Buzzing Romance. If you like the podcast, please leave a review. If you'd like to support us directly, join the Bookcase and Coffee Patreon and receive exclusive content only available to Patreon members. Check out bookcaseandcoffee.com for our on-the-shelf show notes.